welcome into our Pilates today, everyone. So this is our first day, our first session, and we're going to start off with how we are going to hold our core in. So I know there's a few people on this beginners group that aren't actually beginners, but please do go right back to this and just remind yourself of how to do everything, how to hold yourself in. Okay, so for today, then we're going to just start off with the feet underneath our hips there. We're going to place our hands under our hips, and we're going to roll the pelvis forwards and roll the pelvis back. Roll the pelvis forwards and roll back. Now for some of you, you'll be going, oh, how do I do this? And mine doesn't move that much. I do have quite a lot of movement here, so don't panic if yours doesn't go that far. But what we're going to do is just squeeze our bums as we roll forwards and then relax it as we go back. And squeeze as we go forwards and relax as we go back. So what this is doing is it's starting to tighten up the bum muscles, but it's also starting to get into these lower abdominal muscles. Okay? When we can get the lower abdominals, and those you keep on going with those little tucks forwards and back, when we can get the bum working with the lower abdominals, then it really, really helps to take any pressure away from your lower back. So what you will always hear me saying, whether you're in the HIIT classes, whether you're in my Pilates classes, you'll always hear me 90% of the time, 99% of the time, it'll be tuck that pelvis forwards. And what I mean by saying that is tuck the pelvis forwards just like we are doing now. So very rarely will I ever tell you to throw your bum out like this. You've always got to tuck it in, because as soon as I do that, I just feel pressure and ache along that lower back there. So no matter where you are, you're walking, you're standing out for the kettle to boil, even if you're sitting down and work, I want you to tuck that pelvis forwards like so. And the one thing I don't want you to do is this. Shoulders and knees bending. Okay? So we don't want this to happen. We want it to be the pelvis really working here and isolating this area to ensure that it is the bum working and the lower abs working there. Okay, so this time then, this is your pubic bone. So I'm going to say tuck the pubic bone forward, so just tucking that pelvis forwards. Your legs are pretty straight. You can have a slight bend in them, but we don't want them to be too bent. Okay, so this is my slight bend here. And we're going to roll shoulders right up and drop them down as if you're setting them into your two back pockets there. So what we've just done is we've switched on the lower abdominals and we're now squeezing the bum hopefully. I want you to now imagine that you're lifting your ribs up and pushing them out towards me. Okay? So we tuck that pelvis forward. We roll the shoulders right back and down into your two back pockets. Your head is looking forwards, and now you're going to lift the ribs up like so. Now if you lift your ribs up in general, your butt should go like that. But because you are specifically holding that butt through, then you should just feel that the lower abs are nice and tight and the bum's tight, and you've just lifted up those ribs. So don't go maybe as far as what you would be used to. Shoulders are back, ribs are up, pelvis is tucked forward, squeeze your bum for me. Now, imagine keeping on breathing that your belly button is coming in towards your spine. I want you to keep on breathing, talking, whatever it is that you're up to, keep on doing it. Don't hold your breath. A lot of people go, oh, I'm pulling my abs in now, I can't talk, and that's not what we're looking for here. So we're tucking that pelvis forwards, we're squeezing the bum, the abs are closed and the belly button is closed in towards the spine. And then, sorry, not the last thing, I've got one more thing after this. The next thing is, I want you to think that I'm coming at you with my fist and I'm going to wallop you in that tummy, and you're going to try and stop me from doing it. And that's whenever you tense up. Now, I know for a fact that some of you will now be standing in this position. I want you to now relax those shoulders right back and down into your two back pockets again. Make sure that your pelvis is tucked forward, squeezing your bum. Pubic bone should be leaning forwards. Belly button's closed in. You're tensing like I've just walloped you in that tummy. And the last thing, and it's a bit crude. Okay, we're going to go for a PP. Okay, pretend PP here. We're going to go for that PP. And then we're going to stop the PP. And we're going to pull the PP all the way back up again. Okay? Then that is probably the best way that I have found through many years of teaching Pilates that people understand their pelvic floor muscles. So people hear it all the time, strengthen your pelvic floor, strengthen it, strengthen it. But how do we do it? And that is the easiest way. And what I do not suggest is that you do it whilst you're actually going to the toilet. It's all pretend. So let's try it again. So we're going for that PP, and then you're going to stop the PP, and you're going to pull that PP all the way up. So you should feel pretty tight in here. Keep it going, keep on breathing for me. In Pilates, we breathe in through the nose and we Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Okay, so we want to just practice that for a few seconds here. So shoulders are right back, pelvis is tucked forwards, abs are pulled in towards your spine. Relax your arms down, pelvic floor muscles are scooched right up, that's the PP one. Okay, now just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Now you want to try and do that at the same time as holding the tension on in the abs. So a nice deep breath in and breathe it out. And one more time and breathe it out. Great. Now, during Pilates, I will always be telling you, breathe in here, breathe out here, breathe in, breathe out. When you're a beginner, I prefer that you actually don't think too much about your breathing and just keep on breathing. I don't mind whether you're in through your mouth, out through your mouth, I don't mind, okay? But the reason I say that is because I'd sooner that you got the exercises and the stretches correct first, and then the breathing will automatically happen, or you'll have to put a little bit of effort into it, but it'll come easier once you know what you're doing with the exercise. If you think about your breathing first and not your exercises, then you're going to end up injured. Okay, and let me tell you, people can get injured in Pilates as quickly as they can get injured doing a faster type of class or exercise. So please do be careful and always think, squeeze your bum, tuck that pelvis forwards. That gets your lower abs locked in, gets the bum locked in, and it's less pressure onto your back. Now again, close the belly button in towards your spine and tense those abs for me. Perfect. Now, we're going to do a roll down for the spine here. So don't worry if you don't get towards your toes. Just try and keep your legs straight for me, okay? So here we go. We're going to inhale for me, in through the nose. And as you start to breathe out, you're going to roll your shoulders forwards, drop your chin towards your chest, push your back up towards the ceiling. Now inhale when your hands reach your knees and exhale all the way down towards your toes. Okay, so don't panic if you can't get down to your toes, but just try not to actually bend your legs there. Okay, now inhaling through the nose, and we're going to exhale, bring that all the way back up again. If already the breathing is starting to put you off, don't do it, okay? Just keep on breathing, don't hold your breath. Here we go again, we're going to inhale. And we're going to exhale, roll down, push your back up towards the ceiling. The chin is dropped towards your chest. Rolling all the way down. And then we're going to bring that all the way back up again. And those shoulders coming right back and down into our two back pockets. And we're going to go again. Let's inhale. And exhale, roll. Push your backs up towards the ceiling. Try to look between your thighs out towards your belly button as you do this. And then we're going to roll that all the way back up again. So that was really getting the spine starting to work. You've really stretched out all of the spine there. You've stretched out the bum muscles and the backs of your legs. So I'm moving straight into an exercise next. Usually we would do more of a warm-up during our Pilates, probably about a 5 to 7 minute warm-up in a regular class. But for these shorter videos, we're not going to have time to do that longer extended warm-up. So we're going to go straight into a plank, okay? So I'm sure a few of you have done a plank before, but I want you to really focus into these abs and what we've been talking about already. So I'm going to get you just to keep your feet together for me now. I'm going to get you to squeeze your heels together. I'm going to get you to squeeze your knees together and your thighs together. Squeeze your bum. Tuck your pelvis forwards for me. So you're leading with this pubic bone. You're going to take your hands out in line with your shoulders. Okay? Now try not to do this. Pull the shoulders right back from you. The head is in line with your spine. Your belly button is pulled in towards your spine. And you're tensing those abs the way you were. And you're still trying to breathe. Don't worry again if it's not the correct breathing. Just keep on breathing whatever way you can. Now this will be your correct plank position. Okay, so right now I'm going to look a bit silly doing it standing up, but this is where I want you to be. I don't want you having your bum out. I don't want you dropping your hips down. I want you to try and stand up, pull everything nice and tight, and squeeze it as tight as you can, keeping on breathing once we're down on the ground. Okay, so this time I'm going to use the roll down that we just did. And once I get down to the ground, I'm going to try walking it out. If you can't get down to the ground with your hands, do bend your knees whenever you get there. Okay, so we're going to inhale. And we're going to exhale. As you roll, push your spine up towards the ceiling. Inhale when the hands reach the knees. Exhale all the way down towards your toes. Once you get here, you can bend those knees or you can keep them straight. And try to walk it out into 3 hand steps. Don't panic if you can't do that. Now, level 1 is going to be on the knees. And I'm going to get everybody to squeeze the thighs together for me. Okay? So, hands are directly underneath your shoulders, head is in line with your spine, drop your chest forwards. Try not to push up through your upper back there. Drop your chest forwards, belly button in towards your spine. Squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your knees together. If you're feeling good there, I'm going to get you just to take that up onto your toes. Okay, and that's not up to here, nor are we going to be dropping down to here. And if you had an option, I would say that you were higher than the lower. If you're down here, there's an awful lot of pressure on your lower spine, so do be very careful, okay? So, level 1 is on your toes, level 2, is on your knees, and level 2 on your toes there. Push your heels towards the ground, squeeze your heels together, squeeze your knees, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, and tuck that pelvis forwards. So your body's nice and tight. And then we're going to set those knees down. Take your knees out to the edges of your mat. Bring your big toes together. And you're going to try and sit back into your heels. So you're dropping your head down. Now if this is a bit uncomfortable for anybody, you can place a pillow between the back of your thigh and your calf muscle. Or you can also set a pillow just underneath your forehead then. So you just take a nice deep breath. In this stretch, you're getting a stretch right through the hips, through the spine. Nice deep breaths. Okay, and we're going to just try that same exercise again then. So again, level 1 was on your knees. Tucking that bum forward, squeeze the bum nice and tight. Squeeze your thighs together. Just holding it there. And level 2 was up on your knees. So when you go to a regular Pilates class, whether it's mine or whether it's somebody else's, there should always be levels. So nobody will ever be at the same level with all the exercises as everybody else. So you need to listen out for whatever level that you want to do. And I would hope that it's not the harder of the exercises whenever you initially do it. So set those knees down. Again, just taking the knees out to the edge of your mat, bringing your big toe together, then sitting back into your heels and resting it down there. Nice deep breaths, trying to get a nice stretch through the hips. When we have more flexible hips, then it gives the bum more of a chance to work. When you've got a stronger bum, again, as I said earlier, it takes the pressure away from your lower back. So you'll always hear me stretching my hips and strengthening up the glutes there. Okay, glutes is also your bum muscle. Okay, so from here we just take it into a bit of a back stretch. The knees are underneath your hips, the hands are underneath your shoulders. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to breathe out, push your backs up towards the ceiling, drop your head down and look towards the inner part of your thigh there. We're going to take another nice deep breath in, and then breathe out, drop the belly button down. Pull the shoulders right back for me, and elbows are nice and straight as well. Deep breath in, and breathe out, push your backs up towards the ceiling. Again, don't panic if you can't get the breathing, just do whatever you can, just keep breathing though. Inhale and exhale, drop that all the way down again. So elbows nice and straight, and pull those shoulders right back. Okay, and then we're going to take that down onto the ground, so we're going to take it onto our fronts. Okay, so this is a little bit of lower back strengthening to begin with. Now what we do want to do here is, usually there'll be like maybe 4 or 5 different levels, so I'm just going to give you the 2 levels. So we're going to keep our head down to begin with. We're going to squeeze our heels together, squeeze your knees together, your thighs. And now, like we were doing standing up, you're going to tuck that pelvis forward, squeezing your bum. Hands are down by your sides, we're going to inhale, and we're going to exhale, bring yourselves up, and back down again. So again, don't worry if you can't walk too far, even if you get to here and back down again, that's fine. I need you to squeeze your bum there really tight as you come up, and then back down again. Okay, so it goes back to that same thing of, when you squeeze the bum, it's taking the pressure away from the lower back. Now, when your hands are down on the ground, you don't want to push. So we're not pushing at all. They're just there for a little bit of support in case you have any lower back issues. Use your bum, tuck that pelvis forwards to really get the abdominals working and get the bum muscles working there. Level 2 then, just keeping those legs in the ground. We're going to bring the arms up and back down again. Exhale up, inhale back down again. Exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose. And again, I said all the time, people try to look up too your spine and your eyes towards the front of your mat. Okay, and we'll just go with one more of those. And we're going to rest it there. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next exercise then. We're going to roll it round onto our backs. Okay, so in this position, we're not going to try and get a neutral spine today. So you'll hear people who do Pilates always talking about their neutral spine. Actually, you have already done it standing up. But I'm not going to go into it too much today. I'm just going to go with a different exercise. So the feet, you're going to have them in close enough towards the bum there. There's no right or wrong of how far away they should be for this particular exercise. You're going to place your hands behind your head. I'm sure most of you will have done these before. The head is rested completely into the fingertips there. Now from here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And then we're going to breathe out as we start to come up. Now, as novices towards Pilates, probably feel that you're just lifting up your head. Okay? And that's not what I'm doing here. I am actually lifting up and pushing my lower spine just in here, down in towards the mat. And back down again. So I'm pushing the lower back down and then I'm bringing it back down again. And I'm exhaling as I push the lower back down, inhaling as I come back again. Exhale, push that lower back down, inhale, drop the shoulders back down again. So it's not about how high you can get up, you're not trying to really get up like this. That's not what this exercise is about. In the Pilates class, we do a lot of different movements so that we're working the abdominals in different directions. For this one, we're just trying to get towards the upper abdominals, which sit just below your ribs there. So we exhale, come up, inhale, come down. Try and keep on resting that head in towards the fingertips. And you always keep roughly the space of your fist between your chin and your chest, which means you should never be right down like this. Nor should you be leaving your head behind. You should just have a nice straight spine, straight neck, and just the fist, just the space of your fist between your chin and your chest there. So we push the lower back down, and then we bring that back down again. We're going to exhale, bring it up. Inhale, bring that back down again. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, bring it back down again. I'm going to get you to rest it there. I'm going to get you to pull one knee in, and then the other, and you're going to pull those knees in nice and tight there. And then just rock your back from side to side. This is really good for anybody that needs to stretch out the lower back there, maybe the glutes. And to finish off today, then we're going to just do exactly the same exercise again then. So we're going to take those hands behind our head. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. Push that lower back down, breathe in and bring that back down again. Breathe out, bring it up. Breathe in, bring it back down again. So always pushing this lower back down to help you to crunch up further. And again, don't worry if you don't come up too far. It's not about how far up you do come with these exercises. Good, good. Exhaling as you go up. Inhale as you come back down again. As long as you're breathing, that's absolutely perfect for today. And then last time, then I'm just going to get you to bring those knees in towards your chest there and rock the back from side to side. Okay, so that is our first short video of our Pilates. You've seen we've done abdominals, we have done our planks, and we have done some back work as well. So good start for today. Why don't you, between now and getting the next video, so the next video will be up by Wednesday, between now and then, why don't you redo this video tomorrow, so Tuesday if you can. Try and make time for it, guys. It's only 15 minutes. And you can do it before you go to bed, you can do it as you get up in the morning, whenever suits you. So please do leave some comments, let me know if you've done it, like the video. Sometimes people don't know if they've done the video, so it's maybe good just to like the video so you know that you have actually completed it. And yes, by Wednesday we're going to be doing a few more Pilates exercises. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. See you